Alright, let's begin. Hello everybody, welcome back to my series of Ninjago episode review live streams. In today's stream we're taking a look at, if I can actually see my notebook, but Waffle's kind of sitting on it, episode 95 of Ninjago entitled The Darkness Comes. This is the first episode of season 10, March of the Oni, and the one of the remaining episodes that we have to cover on these streams. So we're almost done. We should be able to cover March of the Oni throughout the rest of this week, which will be pretty convenient considering how there's 4 streams left in the week, 4 episodes to cover. It's going to be a lot of fun. In terms of how we do these streams, let's go ahead and get started. We stream Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Central Time, with an episode review and a Q&A. We will, of course, update this day by day. If there's ever a day where I can't stream, I will let you guys know via my community tab. Like I said, though, if everything is going to plan, we should be done by the end of this week. So very convenient, like I said. And in terms of what the stream is today, we got ourselves some water. In terms of the April Fool's stream, we're probably just going to run that as normal, just because it kind of lines up very conveniently with, the schedule. So we're probably not going to do anything super special for April Fool's on this channel, at least in terms of the live streams. I still have a couple of videos planned for that day, so don't worry about that. But in terms of the stream, we're probably just going to run it as normal, just because it lines up, it's convenient. So what we do with these streams, we let the episode pictures run in the background as we discuss the plot, then we break down the good, the bad, and then finally we give the episode a score out of 10. I'm going to have to move Waffle because she's sitting on the notes. There you go. Yeah, in terms of what the beverages today, we have ourselves a bottle of water, nice cold water. In terms of where Kat is, she actually has a job interview right now, so she's off doing that. And yeah, she might join in later if she shows up, but otherwise she's at a job interview. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to take a sip of my water really quick, and then we'll get started. Alrighty, so in terms of the plot, let's begin. The episode opens with Garmadon in prison. Lloyd visits him because apparently Garmadon had requested that Lloyd visit him in prison, and they kind of talk about the Bringers of Darkness coming to Ninjago. Of course, Garmadon is referring to the Oni, and Garmadon insists that Lloyd and the ninja need his help in order to defeat them, but Lloyd kind of declines. He's like, you know what, no, we don't need you, you're in prison, so bye, and he kind of leaves, to which Garmadon chuckles and goes, oh, you'll be back. Don't worry, Lloyd, you'll come back. Speaking of things coming back, Waffle just jumped back up on the desk. Hi, Waffle. Yeah, you can sit there, but I need my notes. Okay, compromise. She gets to sit here and watch the stream, but I get to see my notes still. Awesome. I might turn on my light as well. There we go. Got a light going. But yeah, Garmadon is still in prison after what happened in Season 9, and Lloyd wants nothing to do with him. So, meanwhile, a couple of the ninja, mainly Cole, Zane, and Pixel, are trying to race towards a new presentation in Ninjago City. The mayor has gifted the ninja with a new bounty, and the commissioner is there to present the bounty to the ninja. So, they race there, and they are given the bounty, basically a perfect replica of the original bounty, or at least the one that they had during Seasons 8 and 9. It's not the most, I guess, it's not accurate to the down to the finer details. There are some things that are different about it, and we'll discuss that later on. But more or less, it is just a replica of the original bounty, which is cool enough, I guess. They now have a bounty again. Meanwhile, back at the monastery, we have a scene in which Jay is trying to practice proposing to Nia in a way, try to ask her to be his Yang, and he's practicing on Kai, which is kind of funny. Kind of ironic there. But yeah, Kai's very supportive of this. He's actually trying to tell Jay how to do it, trying to give him some pointers, which is a lot of fun. Yeah, Mother Doomsday was in the crowd. They made the replica bounty based off of blueprints from Mother Doomsday, and yeah, he was in the crowd. So yeah, it's almost a perfect replica. Some stuff's a little bit different. We'll talk about that later on. But yeah, it's almost like 99% perfect replica. But yeah, Dareth kind of joins in on the conversation as well, kind of discusses that, Jay and Nia, it's really exciting that they're taking their relationship to this next level. I thoroughly agree. Love Jay and Nia. And they also do get to see Nia in the flesh. Nia comes in this really beautiful new, like, kimono thing that she's got going on. I'm not sure how to describe that, but yeah, it's a pretty cool costume. Not sure why she has it, but it looks good. It's a nice blue color. It looks good. They also go outside to see Master Wu supervising the painting of a mural, which basically replicates all of the ninja's history throughout Ninjago. So that's a lot of fun. It, of course, ties in with Ninjago Legacy that was also coming out at the time. But eventually, the firstborn dragon enters the realm. A portal opens up outside. Firstborn comes crashing in, crashes into the mountains near the monastery, and Faith is there as well. The ninja are freaking out at this point. They don't know what's going on. Master Wu decides to go ahead and comfort Faith, and Faith says to him that a darkness is coming, which, dun dun dun, it's kind of the name of the episode. How about that? The darkness comes. But yeah, Faith is apparently given this warning. The first realm was apparently overtaken by the Oni, and now they're coming to Ninjago, which is, of course, interesting. It's like, oh boy, here they come. Um, let's go ahead and see where we are right now. Back in Ninjago in Borg Tower, we get to see a scene in which a black cloud emerges from the realm crystal and kind of encapsulates the entire tower, and eventually kind of spreads out to the city as well. Ninjago City is attacked by these mysterious black clouds that come out of nowhere, and yeah, they're not good black clouds either. If they touch you, they basically freeze you, and that's not good for anyone in Ninjago. And a lot of people evacuate the tower. We see Cyrus Borg trying to flee as fast as he can, and the ninja are basically called in to help. In the meantime, though, the police decide to take care of it themselves, and that pretty much is going to go as well as you think. The ninja try to fly there on the bounty. Unfortunately, the bounty has something wrong with it. We kind of alluded to this earlier, but yeah, it's not a perfect replica after all. The thrusters are kind of mislabeled. To go forwards, you got to pull it backwards instead of pushing it forwards, and to go backwards, you have to push it forwards instead of pulling it backwards. It's a real mess, and ultimately that will mess up a couple of the ninja later on and lead to some very unfortunate things happening. But yeah, the label is kind of backwards. So rest in spaghetti. Waffle, what are you doing? Waffle's like biting at her paw. I don't know what she's doing. But yeah, the bounty is mislabeled in that regard. So keep that in mind as we watch the next couple of episodes. But yeah, the police try to fight the clouds together. Like we said, the police force led by the oh so wise commissioner. They decide to fight off the cloud the best they can, and ultimately they are pretty much useless against it. Luckily for them, the ninja are here. The ninja jump down from the bounty and try to use their powers against it. They try to use their powers individually and then decide to use their powers all at once, and it doesn't really work all that well no matter what they try. So they just decide to escape. They decide to focus on rescuing citizens instead of fighting the cloud. Unfortunately, Cole kind of gets grabbed by the cloud and tries to, it tries to absorb him in that regard. Lloyd manages to save him, and the ninja decide to flee. As the ninja are escaping, Cole describes what the tentacle of the cloud felt like, and he says that it felt super cold and he might have saw an Oni in there. So, keep that in mind as we continue it. Because of this warning, Lloyd decides, you know what? Fine, we will go to Garmadon. And the ninja pull up to the prison. They decide to go see Garmadon and decide to talk to him. And Garmadon's like, haha, I knew you'd make the right choice. As the ninja reluctantly open the cell and get Garmadon's help. So that's where the episode comes to a close. The ninja recruit Garmadon, and that will lead to some of the funniest moments in this season. So, yeah. Yeah, Waffle, don't eat pencils. It's bad. Very bad. Right now, she's just kind of sitting there on the desk, staring at me. She's like, "What do you mean, human?" Who said anything about eating pencils? Yeah, so in terms of the good and the bad, let's go ahead and get started with that. So in terms of good, I got a little bit to say about that. I also got a little bit in the bad category to talk about, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. In terms of good, right off the bat, the interactions between Garmadon and Lloyd are super fun. I really enjoy those. Garmadon at this point in March of the Oni has kind of become what movie Garmadon was all about. Kind of sarcastic, kind of overly narcissistic in a way. It's pretty funny. I really enjoyed Garmadon in this episode, and ultimately in the remaining episodes of season 10, Garmadon is just the same. He's really cool, a lot of fun, and I really enjoy Garmadon, especially with his interactions with Lloyd, because like I said, it's kind of like they're the polar opposites of each other. Garmadon's super sarcastic, and Lloyd is super serious. It's a lot of fun to see them interact, especially with them being father and son. It just goes to help out. It helps out that scenario, helps out that interaction, and I thought it was really well done. Also, we need to talk about Jay and Nia. Jay is practicing proposing to Nia in the Ninjago equivalent of proposing to someone, I guess. It's the whole yin-yang promise thing. It's pretty interesting, and I think that Jay and Nia are super cute, so I was really happy to see that in this episode. I was happy about it then, happy about it now. In terms of other things, I really liked seeing Faith and Firstborn back again. They didn't really do a whole lot, but I just, just seeing them was a lot of fun. I do think it was a little bit too soon after Hunted. We literally just talked about them yesterday, but ultimately seeing them back was still a lot of fun. It's always fun to get side characters coming back for a little bit of a cameo, and Faith and Firstborn are very solid characters, so was happy to see them back. This episode also has a lot of setup for the future. We also get a couple of things with, again, the yin yang promise, the whole label on the bounty being wrong. That's going to heavily tie into some episodes later on down the line, so it's worth mentioning that in this episode review, and I really enjoyed that. I also really enjoyed like the creepy atmosphere of this thing too. Again, with the black cloud kind of corrupting Ninjago, it is quite creepy. I really enjoyed that. Quite scary. The ninja really don't know how to fight it. It's one of those things where it looks creepy and it is creepy. The ninja don't know how to fight it and they really don't know what to do, and it doesn't really help that the thing is super creepy looking. So, yeah, kind of going to be an interesting threat here, this mysterious black cloud. I also want to talk about, speaking of the black cloud, the bit where the ninja try to fight the black cloud kind of shows how the ninja really aren't cut out for every single match, and sometimes they get overpowered, or sometimes their powers don't work very well, and this is one of those instances. So, lots of stakes here. Ninjago City has been swarmed with this black cloud, and the ninja are pretty much useless in that regard. So, also want to talk about some of the other things. The monastery was back in this episode, and the ninja have their legacy suits. Obviously, both of those are tying into Ninjago Legacy, which was just starting at the time. Kind of strangely nostalgic to me. The first wave of Ninjago Legacy is very awkwardly nostalgic for me. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the bad. That's pretty much all I have to say in terms of good. Yeah, March of the Oni is pretty good. I feel like it's very underrated. So, and I'm excited to review it as 4 individual episodes. So, but yeah, in terms of bad, I did think that this episode had a severe lack of Oni. We kind of see them a little bit, but considering how the season is called March of the Oni, kind of expected there to be a lot more Oni in this episode. We only have 4 episodes here, so for a lot of reasons that I thought of at the time and a lot of reasons that I think now, I wonder if this is going to make the rest of the season seem kind of rushed in terms of the Oni introduction. We see them a little bit, like we see shadows, we see books, so it is kind of a little bit of a creepy build up to the Oni, so that's not so bad, but I did think there was kind of a little bit of a lack of Oni in the first episode of March of the Oni, ironically enough. I also thought there was way too much cop stuff going on. The police commissioner and his boys are only about as fun as, they can be for a little bit of time. It's kind of like how I feel about Dareth. If you have too much of it, it just kind of creates a messy situation, and I felt like there was too much cop stuff going on in this first episode, so just wanted to point that out. Also, I did think the opening scene, or not the opening scene, but the scene with Zane, Cole, and Pixel, I thought that kind of drug on for a little too long. I really didn't care for that scene all that much. Like, Cole's foot is asleep, and that's only funny for a little bit, but eventually it just starts to get old. I guess my main gripe with this episode is that the jokes just kind of keep on going, and they kind of overstay their welcome. But overall, this episode is still pretty good. Not the best season premiere ever, admittedly, but still a very solid start to March of the Oni. I really enjoy this season, and I'm excited to watch and review the rest of the episodes for you guys here for these live streams. But yeah, in terms of the score, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for the review. So let's give it a score. For a score, I'm going to give this episode an 8 out of 10. I feel like that's a fair score to give it. Ultimately, you guys are free to type in your own score. Some of you guys have already started. Thank you very much. And yeah, let's see what you guys got. I'm giving it an 8 for all the reasons I just listed. Right off the bat, I see a 6, an 8, a couple more 8s, a 10, 8.5, 9.5, 10 out of 10. I'm seeing anywhere from like 7s to 10s. Pretty fair. I will say March of the Oni is pretty, I guess, mixed in terms of community reception. I know a lot of people that just straight up hate March of the Oni, but I also know a lot of people that love it. I myself think that March of the Oni is, again, severely underrated, and I can't wait to talk about the rest of it. Nope, this technically isn't a revamp, because with the original reviewing for March of the Oni, we reviewed it as a movie and not 4 individual episodes. So yeah, technically these are new reviews, so we don't really have a score to compare it with. kind of strange considering how the last like 3 seasons we've had scores comparing it. But yeah, not this time. Overall, though, in terms of scores, yeah, I am seeing anything from like 7s to 10s on average. So it's fair enough. I think that's right around what I was expecting. So yeah, that'll pretty much wrap it up for my review of what's this episode called? The Darkness Comes. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about the second episode of March of the Oni, and that one is called Into the Breach. So we'll talk about that tomorrow and continue on with March of the Oni from there. Meanwhile, in terms of the streams, though, we got a little bit more time to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So why don't we jump into Q&A stuff? The first thing I see is seasons 8 and 9 slides. So yeah, we can totally start with that and then kind of carry on from there, depending on what you guys want to talk about. Yeah, in terms of March of the Oni, I wish we would have gotten sets as well. The only set that we technically got was like that weird Oni minifigure pack, which I guess is better than nothing, but at the same time, I don't know. A lot of the legacy sets do tie into March of the Oni as well, like the Monastery, the Earth Driller. So I guess you can technically say that some of the legacy sets kind of double as March of the Oni sets, but the only one that really counts is the Oni minifigure pack. So yeah, that's technically the only set that we got from March of the Oni. So let's go ahead and get some questions rolling in the chat. Did Tyga have a name before we found her? Nope, she was just a stray cat. And she didn't really have a name. So we called her Darren at first because I just thought it was funny, but then we realized that she was a girl, so we changed her name. Do I like March of the Oni? I do. I think it's severely underrated, like I said. I don't think it's that bad. It's not as bad as some people make it out to be. So, where is Blaze? Blaze is somewhere. I've not seen him yet this morning. So, he's somewhere in this apartment, probably hiding or sleeping somewhere. Yeah, we got them all, since it is kind of getting warmer outside, we got all the cats, flea and tick collars. So, yeah, they're wearing those right now. Blaze and Momo don't mind the collars. Waffle hates collars, and it took her a minute to get used to it. Like, Waffle, if you put a collar on her, she drools a lot, and she was, like, drooling a lot when we put the collar on her, but now she's fine, and it's, it's for their own good. It's to keep fleas and ticks off of them as the weather warms up here. So, fingers crossed none of the cats get ticks. That'd be nice. Who's my favorite cat? Ooh, I will say they all have their perks, but Blaze is the only one that kind of cuddles. So I think Blaze is a lot of fun. Waffle's cool too, obviously. Like Waffle shows up here and helps out with streams the best she can, and by helping out, I mean she just kind of sits here and stares at the screen. And Momo's cool too. I also got yesterday an Iron Baron minifigure in the mail, so that was fun. Didn't really have the Iron Baron before, but now I have him for the collection. So, Kapow and Chope are the Vengestone buyers. That's interesting. I think the Vengestone buyer is probably someone that we know already. I think if they tried to make it a new character, I don't think it would work as much. It would make a lot of sense if it was someone who had like a grudge out against the ninja, someone who, wants revenge on the ninja or hates elemental masters. So, yeah, like get some Vengestone up there, Do I think that we'll see a new Master of Wind? I would very much like to. I want it to be, again, somebody like Nelson or someone else, but yeah, I think we will see a new Master of Wind at some point. Could even be a villain, who knows? Yeah, like Nauticon or Pythor. Either of those options would be cool for the Vengestone buyer, I suppose. Yeah, I feel like it'd be a lot better if it was someone that we knew, not like what you call it, a new character. So, the Vengestone buyer is Dareth because he's jealous of the ninja. That would make sense. he's like, I'm done. Yeah, so in terms of the video that I put up today, we can talk about that a little bit. I put up a video earlier this morning kind of talking about how I was kind of burned out on the channel and I want to try something different, which is to put energy into a single video that'll go up during the day. So, yeah, there won't be any more videos today after this stream, but I will be putting in a lot of energy to make a long video that will go up tomorrow, and then we'll do another live stream, so on and so forth. We're just kind of experimenting for the week just to see how it goes. We're going to see how those videos do on the channel, and I also want to see how it makes me feel. So Hopefully it makes me feel a little better, and hopefully the videos get a little bit more of a better reception. So that's the plan, at least for a week. We're just going to do it for a week, just only temporary. Now, there might be more than one video. Again, if some news drops that I want to cover, I'll make a short video kind of talking about the news, so don't worry about that. But yeah, we're just going to be kind of playing this by ear, seeing how it turns out. So yeah, the one video will probably be in the morning, like that 10 a.m. time slot that I've kind of been reserving for like what I consider to be the most important upload of the day. Yeah, that'll probably be the time frame in which it drops, 10 a.m. my time. So about 2 hours before the stream start, whatever time that correlates to for you guys. So, um, yeah, I feel like a lot of people would be, I guess, kind of good with that. I'm excited to see what some of the comments are going to be on the videos that I put up. And I was reading through some of the comments on the video that I put up today as well, and it seems like a lot of you guys, yeah, are comfortable with just the one long video a day plus an additional live stream. Plus, if there's any news that I want to talk about, I'll just do that as, as convenient as it is. So, yeah, I've been kind of happy with the reception that we've been getting so far. A lot of really positive and uh, support comments, so thank you very much for that. Have I ever watched the Chinese version of Day of the Departed? Of course. It kind of lines up with the audio of the original Day of the Departed. It's not perfect, but it kind of lines up ever so slightly, so you can kind of watch it like that. But you're kind of creating a mess if you decide to do that. But no, the only thing I don't like about the Chinese Day of the Departed is the animation. I think the animation doesn't really work all that well. But ultimately, it is what it is. Yeah, I read through the comments a lot. I try to do it as frequently as I can. I feel like if I didn't want to read comments, I would just turn the comments off, How long are they going to be? I'm going to try to make them, like I said in the video that I put up this morning, probably around 12 to 13 minutes. I want to go super in depth when talking about some topics. I already have a couple of ideas that I want to make into like a longer, more in-depth video. And again, like I said, this is kind of just a temporary thing, just to see how it works. And then we will either continue on with that or go into, something a little bit more keen to what was on the channel before. So we're going to play it by ear and see what we do. What was the score? We gave the episode an 8 out of 10. Season 6 photos? Sure. We can roll some Skybound for a little bit. Skybound's fun. What if Zane's Falcon actually became a main antagonist after he was killed in Season 8? Like if he was reverse engineered? I think that could be fun. That's kind of what the original plan was with Echo Zane. To make him Mr. E. I feel like a lot of Zane's like robotic allies you could totally turn into villains. It'd be cool if it was like a humanoid falcon. That'd be fun. Charizard, Sceptile, Infernape, or Greninja. Out of all of those, I prefer Greninja. Charizard, I don't really care for all that much. Sceptile's cool. Infernape's cool too, but Infernape was always just kind of like a lesser Blaziken to me. I think Blaziken's awesome. Just got the encyclopedia. Awesome. Yeah, the Ninjago encyclopedia, like the new edition, it's pretty good. Not perfect. I have some issues with it, but it's a fun read. It's fun if you collect Ninjago books. So, recently got the Keeper's Village, first Lego set in years, first ever Ninjago set. Very happy with it. Cool. Yeah, the Keeper's Village is a pretty solid looking set. I have it on my desk right now. I think it works a lot better if you populate it with Keeper figures, but that's only if you get like some of the other sets. But no, it's a pretty interesting set. I like the totem pole guy. He's pretty cool. Yeah, Infernape is pretty cool, but to me, he's just kind of like Blaziken, just not as cool, Because, for 3 generations in a row, you had a firefighting starter. It went Blaziken, Infernape, Emboar, and they just kind of get worse as they go along. So, Would Cole have Onyx? Oh yeah. If Cole was a Pokemon trainer, I could totally see him having an Onyx. Cole kind of reminds me a lot of Brock from Pokemon in the way that they're both kind of like wholesome, very wise. The only difference is like, Cole doesn't hit on every girl that he sees. Certainly hits on every cake though. You know what I'm saying? Could my 4 cats beat up Dareth? Oh yeah. Waffle would just eat the figure. Do I like seasons 1 through 7 Nia better or seasons 8 through 14 Nia better? I think Nia got a little better once she received the redesign, and I'd have to say maybe from seasons 8 to 14, I think it's a little better. I like Nia in that regard a little more than the original Nia. So Brock is wholesome when he wants to be. Like in some instances, he's really helpful, really good friend, very supportive, but then in other instances, he's kind of just a little bit of a creep. But, you know, I feel like they would run the same type of Pokemon. Like Cole would have mainly like ground and rock types, obviously because of his element. Did I hear that the anime episodes are going to be in season 15? Yeah, there were a couple of rumors about that. We got a couple of like new descriptions for some upcoming episodes, and one of them appears to be like a flashback episode. So we'll probably see the anime style come back in season 15, which is obviously going to be cool for some people, and some people are not going to like that. But you know, I think it's going to happen again, which should be interesting. Which season has the best graphics in terms of like art style animation? Maybe season 8 and season 9. I think they have pretty good. They have a pretty good art style. Otherwise, season 14 looks beautiful. So, who would win, Mewtwo or Emperor Garmadon? That's a good question. I think they'd probably be evenly matched, but I feel like Mewtwo would pull ahead just a little bit. Yeah, Nia would probably have Gyarados. I imagine like in the same way that like Cole and Brock would have a lot of the same Pokemon. I think Nia and Misty would have a lot of the same Pokemon too. So, putting nostalgia aside, do I like seasons 1 through 7 or 8 through 14 in terms of all six of the ninja? In terms of all six of the ninja, I feel like a lot of them had a lot more characterization between seasons 1 through 7. Like you could point out individual arcs for each of the characters. In seasons 8 to 14, they do kind of get clouded, but ultimately I feel like they work better as a team for seasons 8 to 14. So probably seasons 8 to 14. So yeah, they're technically not real anime. Like the anime style episodes are not real anime, but that's just what people call them for the sake of convenience, I guess. Favorite Hagman Brothers cameo. I like in Tournament when they're using Cole to break through the walls and they bust through like one of the prison walls and just the Hagmans are there trying to dig out the wall with a spoon. That was pretty funny. Nearly April Fool's Day. I remember last year for April Fool's Day, I took a lot of food coloring and dyed the milk like a nice green color in the fridge. Still tastes the same, obviously. It's not the most original joke, but you know, it was kind of funny. My dad liked it. Do I think Ray will come back because Maya's coming? Probably. I feel like if we see Maya, we're probably going to see Ray back again. So, yeah, in terms of April Fool's Day, I've already filmed one of the videos that I want to put up on the channel. It's the video of me opening up fake Lego. I decided to put that up for April Fool's Day, but I'm still going to be doing like the Postman villain theory. So, probably going to be seeing at least 2 videos on April Fool's Day. So, yeah, we will be streaming April 1st, but the streams are probably just going to be a normal thing, you know, just because it's convenient. It kind of lines up with the schedule. Like we have 3 episodes left for March with Oni, and we have 3 uh, days left in this streaming week. So it kind of lines up. So we will be seeing a couple of weird videos going up on the channel for April Fool's Day. But in terms of the live stream, it's probably going to be about the same. So, I should make a video making a Pokemon team for every Ninjago character. I made partners before, but not a whole team. I could totally do that. That would actually be a fun video to do with like this new experimental style that we're going for, like the longer, more in-depth videos. I could totally do that, but it just kind of depends if that's something that you guys wanna see. But I'll write it down as a potential idea. Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of like good ideas for like a random stream, but for the sake of keeping the schedule consistent, we're probably just gonna roll with that. Otherwise, it would just be like, you know, we meet on Monday to cover the last episode of March of the Oni and call it good from there. I don't know about that. Seems like a little, I don't know, seems a little too odd. So, let's see what else we got. Am I gonna bring out a hammer for the fake Lego video? No, I didn't. That's already all the way filmed and ready to go. But no, we didn't get the hammer. There's a lot of like slime and stuff though. If you guys have seen my Instagram lately, you would know that yeah, there was a lot of sticky green slime involved with the video because you know everybody loves slime. Season 5 pictures? Sure. Possession. There you are. I was like, where's possession? There it is. An army of giant spiders on rocks invades Ninjago City in Season 17. I knew it. Yeah, the spider on the rock in the J Electromech set, that was like a warning of what was to come. Um, we could do something random. That's actually a good idea. Because like we could start the stream off as normal and then kind of talk about something completely random. I actually have an idea for that. What if instead of having Ninjago pictures in the background, we just had like a selection of random images? That could be fun. I think, yeah, why don't we do that? Because it'll spice up the stream a little bit. It'll, make it seem like an April Fool's stream after we get done with the normal episode review. So why don't we do that? I'm not going to tell you what the pictures are, but, I'll find a couple. I just got to write it down. It's going to be a lot of pictures that can't really be explained. So I'm going to give you guys a fair warning in advance. Got a lot of photos on my phone that I just have for unknown reasons. Let's see. Yeah, they're just going to be random stuff. Mewtwo Strikes Back, Power of One, Spell of the Unknown. I think Mewtwo Strikes Back is probably the best out of all of those. Should you start a waffle cult? Sure. I'm sure Waffle would love that. She loves attention. Oh yeah, I'll put some images of the cats in there too. I'll have some Waffle images in there, don't worry. I want to get like a nice little selection of just random pictures though, just to have on loop throughout the stream. Because when is April 1st? Because today's Tuesday. It's Thursday, right? April 1st is on a Thursday this year. So. Nia has joined the chat. Excellent. Yeah, I picked up a couple of like Playmobil random packs at the Dollar Tree as well, but then I do have like some fake Lego zombie slime things in there too. So, yeah. Speaking of waffle pics, yeah, we can totally check out the waffle image, and then we'll go back to possession. But there is waffle being waffle, standing up, being tall. She's totally over 6 foot. And then now we're back to possession. So, if Waffle ate a waffle, would that count as cannibalism? Technically, yeah. So, yeah, she can't eat waffles. We do have frozen waffles, but we don't feed her any for the sake of cannibalism. Whereas Kat, she's at a job interview. She's probably not going to be around for the stream today. She might join right at the very end, but I don't know what time she's getting back. So, got a couple birthdays in the chat. Happy birthday to y'all who have birthdays. What Pokemon would Lloyd have? Probably like a dragon type, I imagine. That'd probably be the type that he would roll with. Yeah. Could Evil Kai exist in Season 16? I would like him to. I think that if Kai were to be evil, I think it should be in the next season after Season 15. I think that would make a lot of sense. But, yeah. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I have my theories and opinions, but I'm not sure that that they'll happen. Sometimes my theories are right, sometimes they're wrong. I did predict Harumi's death. not like in the same way that it happened, but that it would happen at all. So I take pride in that one. Could Zane have a Mamoswine? I could totally see that. Is Blaze fireproof? Yeah, he's literally made of fire. Now, the reason why he's called Blaze is, like, on Blaze's ears, he has, like, some hair that comes up on the top of his ears, and it kind of looks like fire, so it's kind of cool. Like, Blaze is totally a fire type. Waffle is a food type, because she just eats all the time. How did I think Harumi would die? I'm not sure. I just kind of predicted that she would. It's a theory that I made a while back. I might rewatch it soon. I just find that to be, like, kind of funny, though. Predicted that she would die, and then she dies. I'm actually reviewing the episode, just talking because it's my first review stream. Oh, we actually reviewed the episode before. We got done with it about 20 minutes into the stream, so if you wanted to rewind and check it out, feel free. Otherwise, for any of you guys wondering as well, the streams always go up on the channel as videos after we get done doing the actual live portion, so if you ever want to check out the stream again, or in case you miss a stream, feel free to check it out as a video. It'll be up after the stream goes dark, after we get done, so keep that in mind. Alden, 199 donation, thank you very much. Garmadon versus Evil Kai, fight to the death. Ooh. I kind of want to see Evil Kai kind of have like, kind of get a little bit of a edge up over Garmadon. You know what I'm saying? Like I think Evil Kai would kind of win that fight, especially if Garmadon is like super weak. So, did I have any ideas of the way that she would die? I'm not so sure. I'm gonna have to rewatch that video. But all I know is that I predicted that she would die. It's been a while since I made that video. Can't remember a whole lot else about it. March of the Waffle, season 31. Very well could be, who knows. Ninjago is, confirmed to go on until 2031, obviously, so it might be possible. I prefer Satoshi Gakoga for Ash Greninja. I think the English name Ash Greninja is very cringy. Like in Japanese, it's the same thing, but it just seems a little bit more less cringe as opposed to saying Ash Greninja and being serious about that. I need cake too, man. The cake sounds really good. I just remembered I have leftover pizza from last night. We got Domino's last night, and I have leftover pizza, so I know what I'm doing after stream. Gonna go eat some leftover pizza. Unpopular opinion, I like cold pizza. Do you guys like cold pizza, or do you like warm up leftover pizza and eat it that way? I think the Electromech had a lot of potential, but I don't know, the Legacy Electromech is like so bad. Yeah, I know cold pizza is kind of like an unpopular opinion, but I kind of enjoy it. Lots of warmed up pizzas. Pizza Hut Superior. Yeah. Pizza Hut was closed though. Like last night it was like 11 o'clock at night and we were like, let's get some pizza. What's open? Domino's? Yeah, good enough. Oh, lactose intolerant, fair enough. Yeah, cold pizza's awesome. You stick it in the fridge overnight and you eat it for breakfast in the morning. It's pretty good. It's not the healthiest thing ever, but certainly tastes pretty good. Lots of actually there's a lot of people agreeing with me on cold pizza. All right, cool. I thought I was going to be alone in this, but totally nothing against like the heated up pizza people. I could totally do that too. Pizza's pizza. You know what I'm saying? Favorite character in a silent voice. I think they're all pretty good. Like I don't think a movie like that necessarily makes me have like a favorite character, but I do like the movie. It's pretty cool. Yeah, pizza for breakfast. Why not? Like with a silent voice, like a silent voice is an anime movie. In case you guys don't know, it's very depressing, very very sad. But I don't know. With movies like that, it's hard for me to like pick like a favorite character. I can just sit back and like appreciate the movie though, which I totally do. Well, that's me. I like cold pizza for breakfast. That's how we roll here. Favorite My Hero Season 2 moment? I like the sports festival where Deku fights Todoroki. It's always a fun moment to rewatch. Currently rewatching My Hero with Kat right now, and we are kind of in the second half of Season 2. So, Hero Killer Stain just appeared. Once I woke up at 2 a.m. and ate cereal. I used to do that a lot. When I was a really little kid, my dad would work nights and he would come home at 2 a.m. on his break, and I would always wake up and eat cereal with him because he would come home and, eat lunch because that was his lunch technically because he worked nights. So I guess it was kind of a little bit of a story time, but that's kind of what it is. It's kind of all the story is. Sometimes my dad would come home at 2 a.m. and we would eat cereal and talk about whatever it is that we would want to talk about. Does Tyga get along with the other cats? Yeah, she gets along with them. Waffle does not like her. Waffle and Tyga don't like each other. Well, I shouldn't say that. Like, Taiga is trying to, like, be friends with Waffle, but Waffle wants nothing to do with her. So, Waffle doesn't really hate anyone. Waffle kind of hates everyone. But yeah, Taiga gets along with, like, Blaze, and her and Momo are kind of besties right now, so it's always fun. Poke shipping or Amore shipping. Gotta go with Amore shipping. Like, Amore shipping was, like, part of the reason why I loved X and Y so much. The anime, not the games. Best moment from Ninjago season 14, probably the bit where the ninja fight off the stone golem in the jungle. I think it's from the second episode. That one's pretty good. Whereas roommate, she's at a job interview, trying to get a job or a different job. She's trying to get a better paying job and get one that she's actually happy at because her current job is kind of meh. So yeah, Waffle has almost 100K subs on YouTube. It's no longer my channel, it's Waffle's channel. Why is season 14 like Scooby-Doo? I don't know. It just is. Season 3 photos? Yeah, we've been kind of stuck on Possession for a while, so let's jump to Rebooted. Cereal before milk or milk before cereal. Cereal before milk. You put the cereal in the bowl, dump the milk on top of it. That's how I always did it. Or is it like, oh, you put the bowl first? Haha. Haha. Yeah. Do I like Trico? Trico's cool, but I think I prefer Mudkip over Trico. Honestly, any of the Hoenn starters, you could give me any of them and I'd be happy. Where's Waffle? I think Waffle is... Yeah, Waffle's sleeping on my jacket behind me, so that's fun. My jacket's gonna be full of Waffle hair later. I think they should start including hairpieces and hoods in Ninjago sets that they're interchangeable. Yeah, they've done that with a couple of sets, but I do agree with you that it should be literally every set you should get the hood and the hairpiece. They've done that with a couple of some of the larger sets. They've done that before, but I feel like it should be every set. Like, it's not going to be that hard to include an extra hairpiece. But yeah, I do agree with that. Like, nowadays, I feel like the hair pieces are a little bit easier to get as opposed to like back in the day when the hair pieces were like super rare and Kai's hairpiece didn't exist yet before Rebooted. So yeah, I feel like it was a little bit more difficult back in the day to get your hands on all the hair pieces. Now it's not that bad. Like, I have extra hair for Kai, for Jay. The only one that I don't really have extras for is Zane's titanium hair. Um, that's just because it's kind of a new piece, at least for his like season 8 styled titanium hair, I should specify. Kanto Ash or Johto Ash, they're kind of the same, eh? I feel like Johto Ash though is a little bit more experienced. Kanto Ash kind of sucks a little bit, which is of course fair because he was just starting out on his journey then. I kind of like what they're doing with like the new Pokemon stuff. I kind of got caught up with Journeys a little bit. Haven't really watched the episodes, but I've been kind of catching up with what's been going on. And it seems like they're kind of making the new character Go. They're kind of making him like the main character now. And Ash is kind of being put off to the side, which I think is, interesting. And I think it's refreshing because we've had Ash for like years now. Um, if I wasn't doing Ninjago content, what show would I cover? Honestly, I think I would cover like movies and stuff. I've always kind of wanted to talk about like movies on the channel. That's kind of why I'm helping my roommate Kat make this podcast that we're going to be talking about, where we talk about like horror movies and stuff, because that's kind of like what I kind of wanted to do if I wasn't doing Ninjago content. So I'd probably talk about movies and stuff because that kind of opens up the horizon as well. Kind of opens things up. You could basically talk about anything. So. Have all four of the cats gotten into a fight all at once? No, they haven't done. Thankfully, they haven't done like a huge like group brawl. So fingers crossed that continues not to happen. But yeah, sometimes some of the cats like sumo wrestle each other. Like yesterday, Blaze and Waffle were trying to like Lion King battle each other, which was interesting. And sometimes Momo will like attack Blaze and tackle him for no reason. Kind of disappointing. Disappointed in my cats. What happened to Gary? I think Gary's coming back in Journeys. Like, he's in the new opening. along with Iris, you know, my favorite character, the best character in all of Pokemon. I'm just kidding. Who's the new main character in Pokemon? What's their main Pokemon? Right now, they're trying to make Go the main character, and his main Pokemon is, well, it was Scorbunny, but now it's Cinderace because it evolved all the way. So, yeah, thankfully they haven't done the big group brawl yet. So, fingers crossed they continue not to do that because that would just like just the sound. I'm sure you guys can imagine how that would sound like. Just sounded awful. Are Ash and Dawn together? No. Thoughts on Ash X Malo and Sun and Moon? Not my favorite ship. If anything, I kind of ship him with Lily, but that's just me. Hunted is amazing. Yeah, Hunted's pretty good. I like Hunted. It's not the best season ever, but you know, it's still pretty good. Um, what ninja would be the best at stand-up comedy? Probably Jay. Gotta go with Jay on that one. Or, ironically enough, maybe Zane. Who knows? I'd say Jay though. I think Jay would be a little better at that. Season 1 pictures? Okay, we can do season 1. Season uno. There we go. Get some pink ninja action going on. Always fun. What's Ash's role in Pokemon right now? He's kind of like the mentor character to Go. Like, Go's dream is to catch every single Pokemon, and Ash's goal right now, he's not like competing in gyms or anything like that, but he's kind of participating in like this weird Pokemon like World Series thing where you have to battle other trainers and then your rank goes up, and you know, it's kind of like a weird thing, but I imagine they'll probably retire Ash from the Pokemon anime soon enough. As far as I'm concerned, he's still 10 in terms of how old he is. He should be a lot older. Like in X and Y, I thought maybe he was like maybe around like 15 or 16, but no, in apparently he's still 10. So, yay. Fantastic. That's always fun, eh? Um do I think Dawn will return because of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl? Yeah, I can almost guarantee it. They're probably going to come across Dawn at some point again. They might even have like a little arc set in the Sinnoh region in the anime, just to kind of line up with those new games. I wouldn't be surprised. Season 11 Fire Chapter or Day of the Departed? Probably the Fire Chapter. I think that's a little better. I can find more enjoyment from the Fire Chapter than what I could find in Day of the Departed. So Ash should be a lot older than 10 right now. um, Console or PC? I usually play on console. I have a PS4 right now. Not getting a PS5. I'll probably get one eventually, just not right now. Why are we talking about Pokemon? Because this is the Q&A section, man. Anything goes. We were talking about pizza earlier, too. Day of the Departed or the Island? Gotta go with the Island. Absolutely. No hesitation. Ice Chapter or Hands of Time? Probably Hands of Time, honestly. I think I'd rather watch Hands of Time again than watch the Ice Chapter. Great Devourer, the Preeminent, or the Colossus. In terms of like giant Ninjago villains, I kind of like the Preeminent a little more, I think. We still need like a Preeminent set, and that's what kind of sucks about like comparing all those three. Like the Great Devourer has been represented in set form, the Colossus has been represented in set form, the Preeminent still hasn't been, which is unfortunate. The closest thing that we got was like the City of Styx, which wasn't really the Preeminent at all. It was just kind of the city. That'd be like if they released like armor for a character but didn't release the character. Would I want to see Sensei Garmadon again? Oh yeah, at one point in time. I'd love to see like the current form of Garmadon, like the four-armed Oni form, take on that Sensei role. It's kind of like the best of both worlds. He has like the appearance of the evil Garmadon, but the mentality of Sensei Garmadon. Will I do a face reveal? I'll probably do something like that at 100K. My face is already out there though. Like if you just Google like TannerFishies face, you'll find it. But yeah, I'll probably talk to you guys like face to face once we hit 100K. So if you want to see my face as it looks now, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Like we're getting really close to that milestone, and it's kind of unreal. So thanks a lot for the support. March of the Oni or the Island? Probably March of the Oni. Season 6 or Season 9? They're kind of like on the same kind of playing field for me, but maybe Season 6 is just a little better. Just a teeny bit better. They should kill Wu so they learn how to train on their own. Yeah, you would think that the ninja would kind of know how to train on their own by now, eh? Um, but no, I do think Master Wu has kind of been in this weird scenario right now where he's kind of not needed, but he's still there. Ultimately, like we kind of saw that happening in season 13, where Master Wu was kind of in this funk where he didn't think that the ninja needed him, which is, it's something that we can talk about here as well. Like on the outside, it kind of feels like Master Wu is just kind of there for reasons. But I hope he gets better. I hope they actually find more things for Master Wu to do. I don't think they need to kill him off or anything. They've kind of already done that when he was missing from season 7 to 8. That kind of was like killing him off in a way, but obviously not killing him off, but just kind of removing him out of the story for a little bit. The pilots or the island? I don't know if it's because I watched it recently, but maybe the island. Otherwise, the pilots are still very nostalgic. So, yeah, that's what season 13 was trying to say. That Wu is still needed, he's still required, but the ninja at this point, I'd say all in all, they're kind of a little bit more independent than what they were back in the day, which that's just a natural progression of the characters. So, season 12 or season 3? Season 3. I like Rebooted more than Prime Empire. Let's see. Season 7 pictures? Okay. We can do Hands of Time. And that'll probably be like the last selection of images that we choose before we end things off here. We only got about 5 minutes left in the stream, so. Season 8 or Season 13? Definitely Season 8. Like, Season 13 is still, like, in my top, or not, yeah, Season 13 is still in my top 3, but Season 8 is a lot better. I just got a weird YouTube email for my second channel. I don't think I've uploaded on my second channel in a long while. What kind of streams are we going to be doing after season 10? I haven't decided that yet. We'll probably take like a week break and then come back and do something. Haven't decided yet just what I want to do, but we'll come up with something. Haven't decided just yet. Yeah, I like season 13 more than seasons 5 and 6. Like my top 3 would be season 4 is my favorite, followed by season 8, and then season 13. So, my top 3. Why are there separate Ninjago shows on Netflix? Ultimately, with Ninjago on Netflix, they kind of treat season 11 onwards as an entirely different show, just because it kind of utilizes a different animation style, utilizes like kind of like a different format. In a lot of ways, it is kind of like a different show, but we obviously know that it's the same. But yeah, Netflix and a lot of other streaming platforms and just channels in general do treat it as like 2 separate shows, which is weird. Season 7 or season 14? Season 14, I'd say. They're kind of on the same playing field again, though, like 2 kind of average middle ground seasons, But I'd say season 14 is probably a little better than Hands of Time. I'm not gonna lie. Why did Wu make Kai think he was dead when he went to the underworld in the pilots? Did that happen? I can't remember if that happened or not. Sounds like Wu was just messing with him. Oh, you mean like when Master Boo kind of fell off the... Okay, I get what you're saying. Maybe it was like a teaching moment, No, I get what you're saying. I thought you meant like, why did Master Wu trick Kai into thinking that Kai was dead? No, I get what you're saying. I remember. Yeah, Wu has kind of died multiple times. Thoughts on Electric Soldier Porygon? Ooh, not a good look for the Pokemon Company. That was definitely not a good moment. Favorite Ninjago character? I got a couple. Some of my favorites are Cole. I love Skylar. I love Garmadon. I got a couple of different characters that I can consider to be my favorite, but it is what it is. With only a couple of minutes left in the stream, why don't we turn it over to rapid fire questions? Anything that I can answer in just a quick sentence or two, and then we will wrap things up from there. Only a couple of minutes left. Zoe or Dawn? Gotta go with Dawn. She's a better character. Let's be real. Like, who even is Zoe? Like, who cares about Zoe? Do I think we'll ever see the Time Blades again? Probably not, but I hope we do. We'll probably see them again in like that weird legacy short that's coming out, but other than that, we probably won't see them anymore. Do I like Jay? Yeah, Jay's pretty cool. He used to be my favorite ninja back when Ninjago was first coming out. I was a really big Jay fan. Why is season 7 average? Because it has a lot of good stuff, but it also doesn't have a lot of. It also has a lot of bad stuff, so it's kind of like in the middle, kind of like an average season. Not perfect, but also not terrible. When is Ninjago Reimagined coming out? Ugh, yeah, I think we all want to know that. I'm not sure. Sometime this year, that's all I can say. I don't have like an exact release date for this kind of stuff. Who's gonna die in season 15? Hopefully no one. I hope that everyone kind of makes it out of there. No, we don't really have any more news on season 15. At least not that I can see. There might be something coming out later today or tomorrow, but as of this moment in time, I think I've updated the channel pretty much with everything that's been coming out, so. Teletoon still streams older seasons of Ninjago. Yeah, that's awesome. Cartoon Network should take notes. Dear Cartoon Network, please make reruns of Ninjago a commonplace on your channel. Thank you very much. Sincerely, literally everybody ever. Lily or Misty? I like Misty more. Do I have a job? YouTube's my job. The first half of Sons of Garmadon or the second half? I'd say the first half. I think it starts off really strongly. I kind of prefer the start than the ending, but that's just me. When specifically did Lloyd become my favorite? Lloyd became my favorite during, I think, season 1, when the whole Green Ninja thing was going on, because I was kind of obsessed with trying to figure out who the Green Ninja was. And when it was revealed to be Lloyd, I'm like, oh, that's actually really cool. I love the Green Ninja. So Lloyd kind of became my favorite after he became the Green Ninja. So Jay was kind of my favorite from the pilots all the way to maybe like the first couple of episodes of season 1. So, and then Lloyd became my favorite after the whole Green Ninja thing went down. Mamadis or Unagami? Probably Unagami. I like Chief Mamadis though. He's a cool looking guy. I like his design. Why do I think the Postman is the Overlord's true form? It's pretty much just a joke, but the Postman's always kind of sneaking around in the background, doing some real shady business. I'd say the Postman is probably like the worst Ninjago villain ever. You know what they say in season 8, where it's like the worst villain is the one that you never saw coming? That's the Mailman. Yeah, Lloyd was a little brat, but after he became the Green Ninja, he kind of grew into his role a little bit, and by the end of season 2, he was like, probably at his peak. So, um, what is my streaming software? We just use OBS. It's just like a super simple, super cheap, super like convenient way to stream online, and it's really easy to figure out. Like I said, it's really convenient, so I'd recommend it. Not sponsored, by the way. Yes, it was the Postman all along. Favorite weapon, best Ninjago weapon. I kind of like the Mega Weapon for the time that was around. I thought that was kind of cool. But I don't know. I like the Elemental Blades as a group of weapons. I like the Time Blades. I like the Jade Blades, even though in the show they really weren't used as weapons. Kind of a missed opportunity. Um, Never trust a human or never trust a snake. Probably never trust a snake. That one's a little better. Let's answer one more question before we wrap things up today. Yeah, kind of a side note. Yeah, I'd recommend experimenting with OBS if you guys can. It's a good way to stream, so I'd recommend using it if you want to get into streaming online. It's a real easy way to do so. We can talk about that. Would I want other future Ninja figures? Yeah, for sure. Right now we have Future J and Future Nia. Future J came in one of the Bricktober packs, and Future Nia came in the most recent Ninjago character encyclopedia. But yeah, I would love to see like future versions of Kai and Zane. I think those are the only two that we need, yeah, because we didn't see what Lloyd looked like, and we didn't really see what Cole looked like either. So yeah, I want them to return, or I want them to be introduced at some point. That'd be a lot of fun. In terms of the stream, though, that'll pretty much wrap it up for today's stream. So let's go over our schedule one more time before we wrap things up. We stream Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Central Time, with an episode review and a Q&A. We will be updating this day by day. If there's ever a day where I cannot stream, I will let you guys know via my community tab. We can also do the end of the stream hug tradition. Some of you guys have already started that. Thank you very much. I'll put it in there twice because it's the second stream of the week, and that'll pretty much wrap it up for the stream today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tomorrow we are going to be talking about Into the Breach, which is the next episode on our agenda for March of the Oni, so be sure to come back same time tomorrow if you want to see my coverage on that. Unfortunately, there won't be any more videos on the channel today, but I highly recommend checking out the upload that came out earlier today if you want to get some updates on that, unless we get some type of news today, in which case I'll make an emergency upload, but not planning anything. So be sure to stick around for tomorrow's content, and thank you guys so much for the consistent support as per usual. You guys have been awesome, and like I said, check out that video that I put up this morning. It'll kind of get you updated on everything. So with that being said, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks a lot for being awesome. Thanks a lot for hanging out and checking out the stream. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about, like I said, Into the Breach, and hopefully you guys will tune in for that. I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for checking out the stream, guys. You guys have been awesome, and hopefully you have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you very much for watching.